really, we want to be a hit-first type of attack. And, the pace that we've been playing at the last couple games showed up in that first half, and we put 45 points up, I think, in the first quarter. I think that set the tone for the night, and a lot of other guys stepped up. It was the next man up type of thing. Kuz had a terrific performance, in the starting role. Dud stepped in. A lot of guys, really stepped up, and it was a great team win.
The final 3:22 of that third quarter, you saw a lineup out there, a pretty small lineup, given the foul trouble of your bigs. What did you see from that squad?
Just competitive spirit. That's a challenge when you got a guy like Luka Doncic out there, not having any length at the basket. But Jared Dudley, plays a pseudo 5, and he understands body position. He's not the longest, most athletic guy in the league, but he's one of the best in terms of field goal percentage at the rim. Because he understands body position and verticality, getting his body in front of the basketball, making it difficult to finish. So he was strong there, but and you got LJ cleaning up the glass. So just a great team win.
Coach, what's been the key to y'all winning 7 in a row now?
I think we're committing to being in attack mode, touching the paint offensively. We picked up our offensive pace of late. And, we've been pretty solid on the defensive end most of the year. So, we're winning games in different ways. This game was obviously very different than any other win that we had this year. And, that's a great sign for us if you can win games different ways.
Coach, what did you like about Kuzma's mentality tonight, starting for Anthony Davis, coming out aggressive early in that first quarter, setting the tone for you guys?
Yeah, he really picked up some of the scoring load. I like that he did it, for the most part, within the flow of the offense. That's what we're asking him to do is just be one of the 5 players on the court. He doesn't have to fill out any other role than, just be aggressive and make the right play. And, he did that tonight and, not only scored the basketball, but made a number of plays with the pass as well.
After having faced him a few times, what is Luka like to face right now with the way he's emerging as a player in the league?
Well, he's just a terrific player. I'm stating the obvious, but he's very difficult to guard, and the way Coach Carlisle uses him with the lob threats, the three-point shooting support system that they have, it's the ultimate pick your poison. And they're a tough team to guard. There's a reason they're number 1 in the league in offense.
Kyle told me post-game that Avery set the tone for this squad with his defense on Luka. What specifically did you see out of AB?
Yeah, he does it every night for us, really. Picking up full court, and the other team's point guard or initiator of their offense, has a hard time getting the ball over the court and, getting them into the rhythm of their offense. So if you break the rhythm of their offense early, which is what Avery does for us, it just disrupts them. We did he set the tone for it. Our guys' competitive spirit was great. We mixed in zone to try to keep them off balance. But, Avery definitely sets the tone, not only tonight, but every night.
Process like tomorrow to determine AD's availability?
See how he feels and what he's reporting back to the medical team, and I'll listen to really the collaboration between the two of them.
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers, Chris McGee, Mike Bresnan, James Worthy, Robert Ory. The Lakers win their 7th in a row on a night where AD does not play. They win the season series with the Mavs 3-1. And all the talk the last couple of days, Luka versus LeBron. Well, Rob, LeBron absolutely dominated, 35 points. Season high 16 rebounds, 7 assists, only 32 minutes. That's doing work.
That's efficiency at his best. Think about it, he was in attack mode. Sometimes he can sit back and shoot those threes, but tonight he went out, was in attack mode, getting to the hole, getting to the paint, being very active. The thing that's not going to get talked about is what he did in that zone. I was very impressed with him playing center in that zone and being active defensively, talking to people, getting people involved in defense and keeping them engaged, because it's hard sometimes when you're not used to playing the zone. You have to have someone in the back line of that defense talking to everybody. And he was playing out of position, too, because the bigs were in foul trouble tonight.
Big game. When you hear that line 35, 16, and 7, that takes some guys a week. 32 minutes.
Yeah, don't compare Luka to me yet. You know what I mean?
Still his league, big game.
He's 20, and I'm still decaying around here. But, yeah, I mean, in the absence of AD, LeBron he's proven that he knows how to lead, and he knows how to do whatever the team needs But I thought the small ball, we got a good look at what small ball could possibly look like with Kuz in the starting lineup. And, they did a pretty good job all over tonight. I just was impressed with how they attacked early and never let up. That was a good sustain.
So let me get this right. No AD tonight. And all the Lakers do in the first half is score 79 points. The most they've had in the first half since 1989. Guys, that was 31 years ago.
Big game.
That was amazing. I don't even know what I was doing in 1989.
You were dominating Buckley High School.
I was.
And Big Game was playing for the Lakers.
I was dropping numbers.
You were going to Alabama as a freshman. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
His history on a night when AD doesn't even play. I mean, what more could you ask for from this franchise? If you're a Laker fan, if you're in the Laker front office, this is a stellar performance tonight without one of their best players, obviously.
Dominant performance from start to finish. Let's go back to Dallas. Kyle Kuzma's with Allie Clifton.
All right, thanks so much, Geeter. Kuz, when you look at the way this game played out, you guys put up the most points in a first half this season with 79. You frustrate Luka so much that he rips his jersey. There were techs, flagrants, ejections. What was the key for you guys to close this one out?
I think Avery Bradley set the tone for us on Luka. Every game that Avery has played versus him, he's kind of, routed him a little bit, and we just fed off that. But, outside of him setting the tone, I think defensively we just did a good job of just keying in on what we had to do and, sticking to the game plan. And, offensively, we had one of our best first quarters and, got to a hot start.
It's one thing to win without one of your superstars in Anthony Davis, but the way in which you guys got the job done, what was the message before you even took the floor?
It's the next man up mentality. That doesn't mean, me or anything. It means, everybody collectively has to, raise their level of play, and everybody did that on the defensive end, offensive end, and, we just did a great job of having a team win. So
you were a big part of that. 26 for you, Kuz. You wasted no time. Frank told me before the game you were going to get big minutes. You found that rhythm early. What were you seeing offensively?
I just feel like anytime I get big minutes, I'm a rhythm player, and when I have a chance to continue to get a rhythm, my game shows.
How do you keep this rhythm going as a team against a Thunder squad tomorrow night who's been playing very well?
Thunder been playing great. 3 dynamic guards they have, and for us it's all about the defensive end. It's a quick trip back to back, but we can't make no excuses, and we just got to get it done.
Kuz, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks.
Gate, back to you.
All right, thank you so much. The start in place of AD, and we said it in the pregame show, the one game AD missed that Kuz did play in was Golden State. He was 3 for 6 from 3, and he had 22 points. James, it's all about opportunity. You just heard Kuz say it right there. I'm a rhythm player. Tonight he got his shots up, and he had a great first half. 21 of his 26 in the first half, setting the tone.
Yeah, he's a unique player. I mean, he's a unique scorer, and you just got to let him be who he is when he's on the floor. Without AD tonight, he was going to get some extra shots. He did shoot 9 of 22, not as well as he wanted to from the 3, but he hit all his free throws and didn't have a single turnover. In fact, the team only had 7 turnovers. So I give him a lot of credit for that, stepping in on a night where he knew he had to perform, and he got the job done.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be off to a hot start tonight because his first shot was a 3-ball and it looked good. And sometimes that's all you need is knock down that first shot. When he knocked down that shot, he started taking a couple shots, but he was being active, getting to the paint, scoring in the paint. He just didn't settle for the 3-ball. He was being the Kuz of old.
You know what I like about this game tonight from him? A bunch of trade rumors out there the last week or so. Kuz is getting swirled into that vortex of, is he going to be here in a month? Is he not going to be here in a month? And yet he still goes out and does this tonight when they need him the most. I mean, no AD, and Kuz is the guy who steps up there. He's their second leading scorer. Good game for him, active game. I know he didn't shoot that well. Wasn't great behind the arc, but still 26 points, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lakers.
Prez, you mentioned this, the 45 first quarter points, the 79 in the first half on a night where they didn't have AD. Big game you mentioned. We got to see that small ball lineup a lot of different combinations because JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard both had 5 fouls each in the middle of that third quarter. But the Lakers responded with different lineups as well. 11 guys scored, 8 had at least 8 points or more, James.
And they still rebounded the ball fairly well. They only out-rebounded them by 2, but they still got to the ball. They were a little quicker and able to get to the basketball, created some mismatch problems when LeBron was handling the ball, got some open shots on the break, good spacing, and, I just like the way they played tonight, and they still were able to rebound the ball fairly well, but they got decent shots. on LeBron's performance.
I had a buddy who texted me about halfway through the second quarter. He said, I picked a bad night to take the under in the Laker game because they were just blowing through it. I mean, 129 points. They have to be ecstatic with this. And they can't be too thrilled because tomorrow at OKC. So kind of a semi-difficult back-to-back. I mean, OKC's playing better than they were earlier in the season. Got to do all again in less than 24 hours.
Rob, before we go to the highlight, I just want to mention one thing because I wrote a note. End of the third quarter, things got a little bit tight. Mavs were on a run. It's real easy there with about a 10, 11-point lead. With that crowd starting to get back into it, you felt the tide starting to turn. Last 3 minutes and 22 seconds. LeBron has to get a break.
Yes.
Kuz has to get a break. They go with Rondo, KCP, Caruso, Green, and Dudley. I don't think that lineup's ever played together.
No.
They won that 3 minutes and 22 seconds, 8-5. How crucial was that?
I was very crucial because we was talking about in the agreement, if they can withstand a run and match what they do, this is giving LeBron a great opportunity to rest. And Dudley came out, played great defense.